you that it brings you closer to God. You be a rare gift to God. And it reminds you that God is always in control. In the midst of choosing faith in the midst of suffering will not eliminate your pain.
All right. All right. That's good.
I'm going to expose my life today.
Talk about it. Somebody. Come on, help us.
I lived a Job experience at the age of 19. I had 2 babies. I had a boy and a girl. And because of my selfishness and my greed for life and not for God, because that's where my mom and my dad raised me in the church, I wanted to go on the other side and see what it was like. This message is for somebody in here.
All right.
I dated a guy who had money, and I wanted to get out because I wanted to go back to the other side where I was from, where my parents brought me, which was in a Christian life. And in the process of that, he got angry, and he took my kids away from me. All I could hear was bullets flying through my house, and blood just everywhere. Baby's dead in my hand, baby dead in the bed, just a mess, just a big mess. But the bullet never hit me. And all I could do was call on God at that time, because it's all I had at that moment in the midst of me holding my dead baby. And as I took my baby in the closet to wrap him up and put him up under my shoe boxes and stuff, I was lost, y'all. I'm talking about I was a mess.
Come on now.
In the process of that, I went and buried my babies here in Houston in the baby land down in Houston Memorial Garden. And I thought life was over. I had faith. I knew who God was. And I knew that God was going to bring me out of it. I just didn't know when. I was just going through the cycle and the test of what my faith really was. I think God was just testing me at that time, because I kept going to church, playing church, and then I kept going in the world, playing with the world. I kept weighing in and out with my life. And even though I knew him, I wasn't serving him. And so I had to reap what I had sown. Some of us don't want to own up to that. There's always the devil and God doing stuff to you. You cause things on yourself. And so, in the midst of that, I knew that I created that problem for myself. Years down the line, God blessed me with another baby, and it was like an ongoing issue with me. I kept running in, I kept running out. I kept running in, I kept running out. Now, before this with my children, I had a twin sister. We were given up for adoption, which I didn't know that till I got grown. Because my mama was my anchor. And so my sister took her life at the age of 9. And I dealt with that for years. And then my babies, I really was going through. And so years had passed, and so I said, Lord, what else can you take from me? You better be careful what you come out your mouth. And immediately after that, I had a baby boy, and the Lord seen it through. He was a healthy baby boy. And then I birthed my other son, and then my daughter came. And be careful what you name your kids. Be careful what you name your children. I began to have my baby girl. I was proud that I was having a girl. But I didn't know that the generational curse on my life was going to go at my baby. I'm talking about rape. We got some rape victims in here.
Come on, talk.
And so I dealt with that for a long time of being violated. I felt violated. I felt just everything was against me. I didn't want to preach. I didn't want to talk to God. I didn't want to do nothing. I was mad. You got to be real with yourself now, okay? Like I've always been there. I was mad and angry at everybody. And so in the process, at the age of 2, my baby was violated. And I went for the worst. I went from knocking down walls to fighting and just acting a fool. I was packing hammers and I was packing ice picks. That was my thing. I was going to hit you in the head and I was going to stab you. That was my, I didn't care. And we all have that in us. Come on, when you're not really right with God, you're going to do whatever it is that the devil wants you to do. That's right. I'm just saying. You're going to go in your flesh and you're going to act out. So we ain't always been saved to ourselves. That's yours. No matter how much faith I went, when I tell y'all I went through, I went through abuse, after abuse, after abuse, after abuse. After that, my baby here was born. Same thing happened to her. Preacher violated.
Jesus.
It was a repeated cycle. That's when God got my attention. That's when the Lord really got my attention. He said, you're going to come to me one way or the other. And I didn't know how to deal with stuff. I was a mess. I was a holy mess. I knew God, but I was a mess. I would pray and then go back and do something totally opposite of what I just prayed for. The only thing I didn't do, I didn't turn to drinking and drugs. But I turned to fighting. I was a fighting demon. You mess with me, I will fight you. And I fought. I was a fighting thing. That was my thing. I didn't drink, I ain't poured, but I sure will fight you. I knew how to fight. I knew how to fight. I don't care how I got you, I was going to get you. That was my attitude. And later down the line, God changed that attitude. He changed it. I said one thing, I give myself to you, I'm tired. And those words changed my whole life. And the minute that I started back preaching, the enemy came harder. It was a fight. When I say it was a fight, it was a fight. It was a fight to keep my Christianity and my faith and everything that God had instilled in me. I had to fight because I had people fighting against me. I had people fighting that was sitting next to me. I had people fighting in the house that was living with me. It was a fight. Every day it was a fight. And when I say it was a fight, it was a fight. When you got devils in your house and you on the other side and you trying to praise God and this enemy just making a rap and just acting a fool, and you ain't got no other way out because you done did that same thing they done done before, and you trying to figure out how I'm going to cope with them. Well, how did God cope with you? And so in the process of that, I had to digest all this stuff. I had to work, I had to pay bills, I had to deal with people. People calling me on the phone, you will pray for me. I'm like, what? How do I pray for you when I'm messed up like this? And I'm praying for folks and I'm messed up. And I found myself doing this on a daily basis. I'm like, God, what is you doing with me? What is you doing? You got people calling me for prayer. For what? I need prayer. And in the process, it was just one thing after another. And in the midst of me going to church, the Lord showed me who he was. My son got ran over. And he was dropped off and left for dead. It made the worldwide news. It was all in New York. It was everywhere. It was all over the news. And God showed me that he was God. I didn't find my baby for 3 days. And when I found him, I prayed. I walked through the Harris County jails and Harris County this. I'm fighting with the police. And I said, you know what? Why are you fighting this? Didn't you say you was a Christian? What are you fighting these people for? You are arguing and fighting with the devil, and you ain't going to win with these people. Girl, you better go to your God and talk to your God about this, and he's going to direct you to your son. After 3 days, the Lord led me to my baby. And when he led me to my baby, he wasn't hardly even breathing. And they called a chaplain in. The day we found him, they called a chaplain in. And when they called that chaplain in, I just lost it. Not in a bad way. I lost it in a spiritual way. I walked up to the chaplain. I said, you can't go in there. Because God gave his mama preaching. And God gave me some stuff that I know that I can do. And I can say to heal my baby. You're not going there and lay hands on my child to die. I'm going in that room by myself. I ain't taking nobody out here with me. I'm going in here by myself. I'm going to shut this door. Now if I go in there and I act crazy, don't y'all send the police in there with me. I'm just in there doing what God tell me to do. And in the process, I went in and he wasn't responsive. They beat him so bad. And I couldn't lose my faith because I knew what God promised me. He was my Joseph. That's why you have to get what you name children. And I remember the story of Joseph, how he went to the pits and God raised him to the palace. And I started speaking that thing to him in that room. And immediately God told me, he said, if you've been through all the other stuff, why can't you trust me through this stuff? He ministered to me at the time that I was going through my self-pity, and y'all, if I tell y'all I was a stinking mess, I was a stinking mess. But in the midst of it, I knew who God was. I never lost my faith in God. I knew that he was going to bring me out. I knew he was going to heal my son. I just had to be patient and wait on him. And in the process of that, Joseph was healed. I went on and I wound up finding out I had cervical cancer. Right behind that. That was just a test of my faith. Devil ain't had nothing to do with that. That was testing me to see was I going to run this time, run away from church, run away from talking, run away from praying, run away from prophesying to people. God wanted to see what I was going to do. He wanted to see if I was going to sit still or was I going to bag up. He didn't know where I was going to go with this thing. But I couldn't bag up. Because I knew what God had just done for my baby. I remember what he had done for me in the process of healing me from my rape. I remember what he did for the process of healing me from my kids leaving me. I was messed up and I didn't want to go back to that depression. I didn't want to go back to that suicidal mind. I didn't want to go back to that alone. I didn't want to go back to that place where I feel like nobody loved me. I knew that God said he'll never leave me nor forsake me. And so I wanted to stand on his word. I couldn't go backwards. I had to press my way through this. And in the process of me doing this, because I want to tell somebody here, you're not alone. You're not alone. And you're not the only one that's going through something. It's not about what you're going through. It's how you're going to allow God to bring you out of it. It's a process. We can look at people and don't know what they've been through. That's right. Stop judging folks. That's right. Stop judging folks. Because you don't know somebody's story. Stop judging folks. A bunch of judges in here. Stop judging people. God is not playing. Stop judging folks. You never know where you're going to go and where you're going to be. And in the process of that, didn't mean to get off on that. In the process of that, Holy Ghost speak to me. I went through and that process went through my life to cervical cancer. I went through the chemo. And I thank God for the man who's in my life that God gave me. He was my best friend at the time. Nick was strange and odd, but it was wild. But I tell you, I thank God for him. Through the fights and the arguments and everything, he's been by my side through my sickness. I know that God sent him to me because he never left me through the time of my illness. When I found out I had kidney cancer, and I was going to dialysis, and I was going to MD Anderson, I was just going to dialysis and going to MD Anderson and going to, I was just going through, y'all, I never been through nothing. That stuff will wear you down. I was going, but he'll tell you, I never stopped loving God. I would always go to church. I would always praise God. Whenever there was a church door open, I was there. I didn't miss a beat. And he was right along tagging with me. No matter what I did to him, what I said, he just followed on with me. And so I thank God for him that he didn't go the other way. In my craziness, he stood right by my side. And so I'm blessed to have him in my life. In the process of that, we have the kidney cancer. If you all can remember, Joseph got ran over again. When it was time for him to go to court to testify against the officers, they ran him over again. They followed him from my house. They literally ran him over. And he died in the middle of the street. He took his last bowel movement in the middle of the street. I was on my way to the Social Security office and I got a phone call saying, you better get here. When I got there, he was laying on the floor. He was bowel movement and spit was coming out of his mouth right off the color. And when I got there, they said my baby had robbed a bank. My baby had never been near no bank. He was on his SUV going over to the barn to deliver some water. He couldn't even pack it because he had 37 plates. He had 37 screws in his stomach. And he had plates to hold his pelvic up. So there was no way that he could have did nothing because he barely can walk. Nevertheless, run out of a bank. And so, a very asthmatic patient. And God's going to heal him from that. But I thank God that the lie was, was a lie. And so the feds made up the story about Joseph. And Tracy would tell you they was offering my son 25 years in prison, in federal prison. And I told Tracy, I said, I serve a God who does not lie. He'll never leave me through this. I'm not going to visit him. I will not go down to Beaumont in that federal prison, not one day and visit him. Because I'm going to stand on the word of God. I won't let him see my face. I won't let them see me hurt. I am going to pray this thing out. And until they change their mind, I'm going to lay in my face and I'm going to keep praying to God. I'm not going down that highway running for nothing because I know this thing going to turn around. And in the process, he was like, wow, you really, I said, it's going to turn around. And so he said, when you tell me everything else true, I believe you. And when he went to court, Joseph wound up getting a year. And it was okay with me. But I knew that in that year, God was going to turn some more things around for him during the process of that year. And I said, take that year. They charged him with a gun. And that's how the system is. They charged him with a gun. He was nowhere near a gun. Some other guys had robbed the bank. He was just coming through. So I had been following him to my house in the beginning. But thank God that it was just that. So he took that year and the Lord made a way for me to be able to pay off his feet. His federal parole officer said, this child didn't do nothing. I'm going to let him off on early parole. He said, because I've met with you and I see what type of mother he has, and I believe that he's going to do the right thing. And thank God he's been free since, and it's been a blessing. And in the process of that, with the cancer and everything, I thank God that he healed me from that place, because that was a place of my brokenness. I thought I was giving up. I was just tired. I was tired of fighting. But every time that I got tired, God told me to keep pressing my way. And so I just kept pressing. And this is for somebody, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're faced up against, no matter what storms you're going through, no matter what valleys are coming up against you, you got to stay focused, keep praying, and never give up on God's promise. Because if he promised you that, he's going to deliver it. It may not be in your time, but it's in God's time. So have patience. Wait on God. We are so in a rush for God to do things. We miss his blessing. We literally miss God's blessing because we rush everything. He's a patient God. So have patience. Learn to have patience. And so I can say that happened. And in the process of that, when I had my surgery, Apostle Fry came up in my vision, and I told her this. After I came out the surgery room, I was so dazed out. I called out her name. And when I came back, I came to church. I thank God he led me back here. It was for a reason, because he know I'm a run. When they right for me, I'm gone. I'm out of there. I go home and have church. And Lord, no, I ain't lying. Some of y'all won't do it too. So don't be like you don't just me. I will pew quick. And so I thank God that he let me read the book of Job. And he allowed me to see the characteristic of Job. Because I lived some of Job. I might not have no cattle. But God said I was rich. And I lost some of my money. I gave all of it to the bills, bonds, and company, and everybody else. I had to pay. And so I didn't have a cattle, but I had the finances. And I thank God for giving me the book of Job, because Job really made me research and look and find out where was my heart with God. It made me search me. It made me realize that my faith would take me further if I really just trust him. Not have fake faith, but have faith, true faith, meaning that everything that you have, it all belongs to God. Your heart, your mind, your body, everything just belongs to God. And so sometimes it's hard for us to go in that direction, because we just want to do what we want to do, people. We just want to do what we want to do. But I have a question for you. Will you dare choose your faith, or will you curse God? Wow. How you respond how will you respond when you cave in? When your life is caving in, what is going to be your response? When you're going through something, and when you're going through your valleys, and you feel like everything is being taken away from you, and everything is being bonded on you, and everything is falling on your head, and you just feel like there's no way out. Which way are you going to take? What are you going to choose? Who are you going to choose?
Come on now.
Who are you going to choose? You have a way, you have somebody to choose, but who are you really going to choose? Because faith will make you not forget, because you'll never forget the tragedies in your life. But it lets you know that everything is okay. It's okay. And I can say this because through the process of everything that I'm going through, that I've been through, God has showed me how to deal with it. I don't show emotions a lot. I'm not an emotional person. And he'll tell you I'm not an emotional person. I ask God to strengthen me in those areas. Because I don't want to be an emotional person. I don't want to pity party. Because some of the stuff that I went through, I created on my own. And some of us need to get to that point where we have to realize we cause our own self-confliction. The stuff we can walk in this door every Sunday after Sunday, begging God for something. And if you're not in the proper place with God,